this, but I watched The Owl House for the future, which um, I was perfectly aware there were leaks and spoilers and all that drifting around on the internet, but I didn't look into, I didn't watch any of them. By the time I heard about it, Disney had already taken it down so fast, my head was spinning. But anyway, I really did enjoy the episode. I definitely think that that the Kingdom Hearts series would still be cool based on the episode of the Owl House that I saw. I mean, imagine them showing Riku's powers, or because in this, Hunter gets has to save Willow and has to save all the other members of the main cast, and he does like a Riku jump, and it's totally cool. And my brain just went, imagine what they could do with even for like a mini series. Yeah, I don't know. It was just cool. It was cool to see that the school had the kids had all basically become feral. Even the sweet monster kid that's like in kindergarten, even he becomes feral. The monster kid that gets saved by the other school originally and says, "Thank you, mysterious heroes." Yeah. Apparently, after the collector invades, he sends a couple of his spies, right? And the spies turn all the grown-ups into stone or vaporize them, but turns them into puppets. Thank you, Mom. But needless to say, he does something to them, and Principal Bump's like not around. So that's why the kids are like taking care of themselves. And Kikimora does survive though. So she like pretends to be a student, and the first time I watched it, it was such a big twist. But the second time I was like, it's Kikimora. How I missed that, I'm not sure. I had to watch it twice because Mom wanted to watch it too. Mom likes that show. So, um, Luce is during the fight with Kikimora. Luce's talisman takes shape, the Snake Shifter, which again seems to be doing it based on her heart, just like the Keyblades. So, wouldn't amaze me if at some point it was left over from the Kingdom Hearts cartoon. But again, that's just a theory. Just like how they went into the portal and then they got spit back out again. And then they, like, presumably went in again. And then they had to point out to Lucy's mom the skull was normal and how she was a big Star Trek nerd, but we can't say Star Trek, so we made up this intergalactic show. It's clearly Star Trek. Anybody else get that feeling that this is clearly Star Trek? Like Hunter and Gus are into Star Trek now. Yeah. And then she shows Luce it's okay to be who you are. I've heard I've based on a lot of thumbnails, I almost wanted to lie and say I've heard, but based on a lot of thumbnails, there are a lot of people who think that Luce is gonna turn into the collector or trick the collector and my only theory is that he's going to turn good at some point. Yeah, I think they're going to explain more of his history and why he didn't want to destroy things. Because if you read that story that he has King read to him when King's in his domain, the collectors weren't nice people. They weren't, oh my god, can I help you? It was more, we gotta collect, you know? It was that kid who collects Pokemon cards, not for the fun of it, but because he's a gym leader and he needs to, pardon me, get the most, again, pardon me, get the most strong Pokemon cards there is, or else he'll lose. Yeah, so the collectors, in my view, were that kid. And the fact that the collector is a kid, and like King says when he goes back to Ida and her sister, he's like he's a super powerful little kid, but he's still a little kid. He's sad. You can sense that. And if they're gonna turn him good, they're gonna have to explain what made him the way he is. So that's what makes me think that, there is going to be more of the collector's history. We'll see him play tag for the last time with the other collectors. I'm not even comfortable using that phrase because the collector could be exclusive to him. The species could be called something else. Or it could be the the Owl House equivalent of time traveler for all I know. But that's just a, a thought, a theory. I'm not putting this down in the little gas because I don't have a lot of theories and they don't all connect into one big cohesive thing. And it's not like when I did it with National Treasure where I'm almost positive at these things. No. It's more like so he looks like a linear man. So what? Yeah. You can't use he looks like a linear man as evidence. That's no more evidence than Cobra being on Batman or Cobra being on G.I. Joe is that the two shows are connected. They're not. You know? Um, I'm glad that what we saw wasn't too traumatizing, and it wasn't like the Return to Oz movie. But it was cool nonetheless. This will be in the Kingdom Hearts playlist because I still feel this show is probably the closest we're gonna get to Kingdom Hearts. If the Kingdom Hearts anime ever produces, it's gonna be real similar to Owl House, and maybe we'll get loose again. But again, that's just a feeling, not willing to put that out as a guess. Because I didn't think I'd ever live to see a world where Sora's in Smash, and I'd have to pick up Smash just to see Sora. That's why Luce could be in that new Warner Brothers game with Harley Quinn using Taz as a pet, and Velma summoning the Mystery Machine. And I don't know its name, but that could be that would require some kind of crossover. So I kind of doubt it's gonna happen, but Luce could be in some. You get the point. Some other game that's not the Owl House, like 10 years from now, or just flipping by as one of the other universes. I almost said multiverses, but yeah, you get the point. It was a good episode. I'm not giving it a rating because, again, this is more about what I thought of the episode. It's one of those videos where I don't want the rating to take away from what I say. I didn't I didn't see the whole Kikimora thing coming originally, but if you watch it again, it's totally there. And I liked how it opens up with King's perspective, and the whole episode is basically what happened on the Boiling Isles. Well, they were doing their thing back here on Earth. That was cool, didn't you think, Mom? That it opened with King's perspective, and then they said that at least Luce isn't in this mess or something like no, that. At least they said at least Luce is like in the human world, far away from here. They didn't know that she's not. She's actually in the Owl House. Yeah, yeah, they had no clue, and I liked that. I liked how, I liked how the two stories tied together real nicely. And if they can do that and tie it together real nicely, I'll be I'll be a happy boy. I mean, the flowers in the Owl House, and just when you looked at it, looked like Trinities from Kingdom Hearts, but that was just me. That was just me reaching, and I thought the animation itself was really cool. But again, that's just a theory. Nothing I'm willing to say. Oh, those were Trinities for sure. I still believe they do hidden Mickeys. Hidden Mickeys, for the uninitiated, are when they hide Mickey Mouse's face. Flowers kind of look like Mickey's. And on Disney Channel they do that? Yeah, they do that on the Disney Channel. Oh. A couple of my caregivers showed me that. Back my head caregivers. That weren't mom. Yeah, that was in the long ago. So, anyway, I hope y'all are having a good day. I just want the Owl House to wrap up nicely. That was my thoughts. The next one might be I don't know. I couldn't say. Like I said, I don't even know when I'm gonna post this one. I know it wasn't scripted, you can tell. It was like most of my videos off the cuff. If if you disagree with anything I said, please leave it in the comments. If you agree, let me know. What do you think I should review next? A book, comic, movie? Yeah, let me know. Bob out. How'd I do, Mom?